Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to my IGL series. This is going to be episode 4, I believe, of the IGL series, and it's going to be how to be an in-game leader in Strat Color. So, obviously, since it's sort of my role within my team and stuff like that, it's going to be a lot easier for me to explain how to do this. And hopefully you guys understand it sort of from my perspective on what I do. Today we're going to be using Dust 2N as example because I don't want to be giving out my strats for any of my team maps. This map recently got out of the active duty list, so it's not going to be played competitively. People do queue for it still in MM and stuff like that, but it's not in Faceit anymore, or the active duty list, so it's not played in like tournaments or anything like that. So basically, when you're in IGL and Strat Color, you have a few things you need to do. First, you need to do a lot of research. You have to have probably the most game sense on your team. You have to know exactly what the enemy team is doing almost all of the time. And if you don't, one of your teammates should. A good way to handle this is watching pro matches and just stratting by yourself over and over again for hours on end. This will sort of give you perspective into how to be an IGL. When you're an IGL, you have enough game sense to be able to predict what the enemy will be doing and what they have done. So say, for an example, you're playing T-side. You know that 3 people stack A. And every time you try to put maybe 2 cat, 3 long. Okay, now this doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work is because you're running into a 3 stack and then the B teammates are just rotating. So your job is to call a different strat, whether it be a mid to B, just a B take. Maybe you try to take mid control and then work up cat and maybe leave 1 player long. There's a lot of different options you can do, but the Strat Color's job is to come up with those options and to have nade sets and everything for your team, or just you in general, to use. So a good smoke for T-side is the corner smoke out long. So how you throw this is you just aim above that and you throw it, and it should land at the corner of long, like so. And then you're able to come out long and entry. A common flash that most entryers / support players throw is, I like to throw this one just over the corner, and then you can also throw this one while you're running out if you actually do it right. I missed it, but basically you get the point. T-side, you need to come up with your own strats that you not necessarily will know that will work, but being an IGL is sort of a trial and error thing. You are going to mess up a lot in order to succeed, but once you are able to succeed, it's going to help you a lot in the future. So, let me think. I haven't done Dust 2 strats in quite a while. So, let's do a mid take, for example, okay? You have the cat smoke and mid smoke, alright? So the cat smoke is fairly simple. You come over to this lantern, you line up right there. Then you aim above there and throw it, Simple smoke. And then that's going to smoke off Xbox if it lands right. It did not. But it'll smoke top Xbox, and then you'll be able to cross up cat through mid. This is a very simple strat. Obviously, if you're not getting any mid aggression, if you are getting mid aggression while you're crossing, you just maul it or something. Sorry. But yeah, so basically, an IGL's job is basically to make sure that his team is prepared for whatever you need to do. So, whether that means mid-game changing your strat on the fly and trying to work off of that, that's something that you and your team need to be ready for. Also, as an IGL, you need to come up with strats for every situation. So you're gonna need one for pistol round, one for anti-eco or second round after you win pistol. Then you're gonna need, um, your normal gun rounds. Then you're gonna need your stack plays and your eco rounds. So say you're playing CT side and you get put onto an eco, so you have to, you just give up mid, so you play 3B 2A. This will sort of ensure you at least a couple kills, not necessarily that you're going to win the round, but as long as you hurt the enemy's economy, you'll be fine. Also, as an IGL, you need to make sure that you can work off of each other. If you're an IGL and you can't trust your teammates, it's going to be very hard for you to progress as a strat caller and be able to trust the plays that your teammates are going to make. So, say you have the smoke long corner or whatever and you have that flash. If you don't trust that this strat's going to work because your entry cannot kill anyone, then you're just not going to get anywhere. And it couldn't be that your strats, or it could be that your strats just aren't working and you're not doing the correct strats, or it could be just because your players aren't on the level that they need to be. I know something I say often is that everything could go perfectly and you could still lose a round. You could execute a strat perfectly, but the other team just shits on you because they know how to counter it. So it's sort of like a trial and error thing. I know as IGL roles, there's not many great IGLs, especially anymore because people have been swapping rosters on pro teams and stuff like that. One I still like to watch is like Sean Gares on Misfits right now. He strat called for Echo Fox and he strat called for Cloud9 back in 2014, 2015 when they were winning. But yeah, just try to find like a role model that you can watch. I know a great strat caller that I watch consistently is Shocks of G2. His strats and the way that he plays is a lot alike to what I do. The only thing being is that he changes his role a lot. Some rounds you'll see him lurk, some rounds you'll see him entry. I don't necessarily do that often. The teams that I have been on have all had sort of their own defined roles. So one person's permanent lurk, one person's permanent opper, stuff like that, with an occasional second opper on CT side. But basically, an IGL is sort of someone that needs to be able to have trust in his teammates and know exactly what to call when the time comes. So the main points I guess I want to get across is, if you are trying to become a strat caller, if you're not one already, just do a lot of homework. I mean, I've watched so many pro matches over probably the course of 3 years I've been playing this game. It does take a lot of time, and if you find a team that you get comfortable with, it can be very rewarding because you're kind of the person driving the team. Obviously, you have teammates that are getting kills and stuff, but you are the person coming up with every single strat and sort of like the brain behind your team. Another thing I want to say probably is, if you are planning on if you are on a team right now and you want to try to become a strat caller, I would say try it out first. If your teammates believe that you can do it and believe that what you're calling and what you're doing in game is beneficial to them, they should let you know and be like, hey man, you're really good at strat calling, why don't you do this full time, and we can focus a little bit more on our individual play instead of worrying about like everything that's going on, and just have you do that. That's sort of what an IGL does. Another point I want to bring across as well is if you're starting out becoming an IGL, don't look up insane crazy strats that your team's not going to be able to do. I know when I first started IGLing, I was Gold Nova 2, I think, which was probably about a year-ish ago. Um, it was very difficult for me to learn how to strat call, but now I've gotten the hang of it to where I can make up strats on the fly. Um, when you're first starting out to strat call, you want to bring up, something that's very simple, like, say the long smoke right here. Just throw that. You have your entry go out. The support player pop flashes him, and then once you guys get out long, someone throws the cross smoke, so you come over to this barrel. You line it up, you run through it. See, all these things are very simple, but if you do them right and trade off of each other, you're gonna get very far. This is how me and my team have sort of progressed since I've been playing competitively, and it's helped us out a lot. And now we're able to do more complex things that can just go miles above the teammates' heads. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit for people who have been strat calling already and have been having a little bit of maybe issues or just kind of get stuck when they're strat calling. The easiest way to help yourself strat call and sort of be an IGL on a team is to obviously have trust in your teammates. This can mean many things, whether you're trusting them to trade off of you or get kills in general, or just, listen to what they have to say. So, something that I've been using as an example recently is, say you have, you're on T side, you're doing your long execute, they have 3 on A, and maybe your IGL is kind of stuck, and he calls maybe, let's do an A split, 2 up cat 3 long. And if you're a teammate of an IGL and that's not going to work because they've been stacking 3A every round, you should call that, they've been stacking 3 every round, that is a good strat, but maybe we should try a B hit or a mid to B or something that'll catch them off guard. I know for a lot of teams this just means like 5 rushing something when things don't work out. Maybe they're down like 12-6 or something. They force maybe 5 out mid and just kind of do like a YOLO play. That can work too, it could catch them off guard, but it's not always the smartest choice. Also, if you're kind of stuck in the IGL role and you don't really know how to progress, you need to know your teammates well enough to be able to call what they're gonna do. So whether you just got a new roster or you've been playing with the same people for quite a while, you should know by now how they play and what they will most likely be able to do. So, say for example, my entry player on my competitive team at the moment. Since I'm opping now for the team, this isn't going to be very relevant for what I'm doing, but if you're a support player, it'll help you a lot. So, say your entry's pushing out long. You have a flash primed. As soon as he hits these doors, you're going to flash, and then, he's going to be able to entry and get, 2 kills or whatever. And I know for a fact that my teammate will be able to do that if I have the right support for him. And obviously you want to have more than one player here. You want to have your entry and your second entry. And what that second entry is going to do is if your teammate, pushes out and gets traded for maybe a guy pit, he's going to run out and trade. So, sort of the thing I'm trying to get to is know what your teammates like to do, know how they like to play, and it'll make you making strats much, much easier than, say, if you just got a new roster and you have no idea what they like to do. I know we just recruited a new guy for our competitive team because one of our guys left. we've been stratting Mirage a lot, and I have sort of put him in roles that I know he's necessarily not really comfortable in, but I know he will be able to do it because of the level that he's at. Um, and if that's your case, then, maybe either try to exclude them, or, try to put him, if he's a new player, with, the pack to sort of trade off of each other. So that way he can get better team chemistry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy, please subscribe, hit the like button, and comment down below maybe what other videos you want me to do. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.